Hey guys, Jengar here. Welcome to today's premium review in which we are taking a look at the I-16 Type 28, the Soviet premium I-16, which is pretty much identical to the regulatory I-16 Type 27. This I-16 sits at 2.7 battle rating in RB and 3.3 in AB, and it's a pure fun turn fighter. Fantastic little plane. It has two 20mm Schwach cannons with 300 rounds, so 150 rounds per gun, and it has 2 times 7.62 millimeter machine guns with 1300 rounds, which means 650 per gun. I used ground target belts on the Schwach cannons, and I used stealth belts on the machine guns. I used 600 meter convergence in these matches, and to devastating effect, I might add. So we got that bomber in the end. We went back to the airfield, we repaired and reloaded more or less, because there was not much to repair. We got back into the game. We only had 2 bombers left as we take down this G50 and me. And there were 7 opponents left, and while I was flying into the battlefield, 2 of the enemies crashed while strafing ground targets, and we were taking these 2 guys on. I didn't see any dots or anything else in the neighborhood, so I had plenty of time to take my time with these guys. This is very much fun to fly. It has a decent climb rate up until about 4,500 meters. After that it really drops off. This plane is not good at the higher altitudes. It is fantastic at mid to low altitudes, like most Russian planes. It has great maneuverability. This is due to the fantastic roll rate and the good turn time. It really is a fantastic little bugger when it comes to turn fighting. Like I said, the armament is good, especially the Schwach 20mm cannons, which are placed in the wings, are fantastic. It is a small target as well, so you're difficult to hit, as we get attacked by the C-202, which is the superior energy fighter and boom and zoomer compared to me. But of course he will have to get his guns on target, and that is difficult. Because if you are aware of your opponent, you can make defensive moves. You get a hit there, that's such a shame, eh? With a little bit more luck, we could have taken off a wing there. But unfortunately, we don't. And he has gone back to altitude, which he should have done. He is turning right now at a safe distance. I can't get up there, so I'll have to wait for his next attack. Here he comes. Let's see what he does. Now we're gonna turn back in right underneath him, and he's gonna go straight up again. Looks like a pilot that is patient, and that's exactly what he's gotta do, and hopefully make one of these attacks work for him. Then I of course have to make sure that I prevent him from making these attacks work, and hope that he dives a little bit too deep at a certain attack, and then we'll be able to zoom after him a little bit. This is also a reason why I want to try to keep my energy high. He turned right back around, and let's hope that means that he is losing patience as we turned around him again. I'm purely in the defensive right now still, as he comes in for another pass. Energy retention and acceleration are average, and on the plane that we're facing right now it's much better, of course. As he's coming back for another run. We have to turn immediately. I was trying to gain some altitude back, but no time on this pass. Here he goes very low, and I decide to go for my first zoom after him and see if we can get some guns on target. Come on! Oh, a hit on the right wing. That was oh dear, that was a good shot. And again, With a little bit more luck, we might have gotten more out of that. And we are still extending. We're picking up some nice speed here. The cruising speed on this thing is not half bad for such a little short stubby plane. But here he comes again. And he goes back up. For the altitude I decide to go after him again. And here he starts turning, and now he's mine. We already have 4 hits on him. And we should be able to finish him off pretty soon, as he runs low on energy. I have all the time in the world here. My right wing is a little bit damaged as he goes into the ground. I don't have to turn anymore, and I can look for my next target, which I find here. That other target also crashed during that fight, so we only have this guy left, and instead of the possibility of getting 8 kills or 7, we only get 4 if we get this one. Of course, there's nobody else anymore around. I just shot his gunner dead, so there is no danger for me to take my time and finish this guy off. He's on fire, and there we go. For our 4th kill. And if I would have gotten the kill on that C202 just now, I would have had my ace. But hit detection for the win denied me that kill. Here we go into the AB match, because for all our reviews in the premium review we always do the RB and AB combination, as you know. This is about real money. And there's a lot of people flying both modes, so I want people to know the good sides and the bad sides of the plane in both modes. Of course, the plane also has some downsides. Of course, it's slow compared to other planes. It is not fast, as you may have imagined. The plane also is bad at high altitude. It's a bit fragile. And it has no armor protection for the pilot, which is also not a good thing if somebody is aiming for that. So it's easy to get pilot snipes on this plane. Now in arcade, of course, the slowness of the plane is a little bit relegated due to the improved flight models. It is easier with this thing to dive and not get anywhere near problematic handling or anything. It is even more maneuverable, and also a joy to fly in AB. With its guns, the plane does have a higher battle rating though. It has a 3.3 battle rating in AB. And that is pretty high. I mean, if you get an up tier, this plane can face the G55s. Now, not that that's a problem with a good pilot, but yeah, many planes will outclass you in many respects. But of course, this plane is not about outclassing people. It is to lure the enemy planes in and then start turn fighting them, as I do with this A36. Little bit of rudder here, we get the guns on target, and there we go. So that's the whole deal with this plane, and that's what I like sometimes about these kind of fighters. It's the thing with the Zeros, it's also the thing with the Ishaks. It's a different style of flying. I love my boom and zooming, I love my energy fighting, but the pure turn fighting and luring people into your range and then turning around them and shooting them down, it's a lot of fun, and it can be a nice variation from constant energy fighting and boom and zooming, which you do in most planes. And this is wonderful little bugger. Now we try to take it up to altitude a little bit. We're whipping against the A36 in that head-on. We got a little bit of damage on the engine. In realistic, that would mean, of course, that we would have to take the plane back to the airfield. But in arcade, you can go on with an engine colored like this. It's no problem. Here comes an I-16 Type 5 just passing me by, not seeing me, and coming from higher altitude. I don't know what he was doing. I'm not gonna complain though, shoot him down. As we come back and already people have lost their planes, and if you get like a 2.3 tier battle and you have a person with one unlocked 2.3 battle rating plane, and then they already have to jump into their reserve planes after that. So you can have a lot of these kind of matches in this, which the plane is completely suited for, and you can rack up the kills and the rewards, of course, because this is a premium plane and it gives extra rewards to your Silver Lion gain and your research points, and you can grind a big part of the tree with this plane. I'd say to about the start of tier 4 you can easily do in this plane. And after that you could continue in something like the Starling Bolt. You finish it off with the premium LA7, and then you have a perfect premium plane lineup to grind out the Russian tree, which is a fantastic tree and quite an extensive tree to research. Quite like it, and quite like the I-16 here as well. You have many models in game of this plane, and his little brother, of course, is the most like this plane, the Type 27. Here we have a whole cluster of enemies, P-40s and also a C-202 EC there, which is a great plane. I reviewed that earlier 2 weeks ago. If you haven't seen that yet, check it out. Very nice plane with some downsides though, and this is something you definitely don't want to do in that plane, that is turning. I don't get the kill there, although I shoot the wing off there at the end, as he crashes into my ally there, who continues to fly, which is quite nice for him. Here's a pea shooter. Let's take him out of the sky. There we go. And we're gonna make our way to that I-16 as we separate ourselves from the incoming enemy fighters for a little bit. This guy is turning around like a madman, which is very possible in an I-16. He's in the Type 5 and we take him out. Pretty nice handling there. That was a PS4 player. Oh, and we didn't see that guy. Situational awareness failed there, as we get two planes here that are trying to head on, but that guy is focused on somebody else. Let's turn and get into the turn fighting with this guy. That's C200. Let's go. Ah, that should have been a killing shot already. Yeah, we're overshooting. We don't want that. We're making a high yo-yo, turning back in. And there he goes, devastating these guns. Especially at a match where you get tiered up against planes of your battle rating or lower. Then this plane is ideally suited for this kind of stuff. There you go. Hurricane Mark 1. There's a surprising amount of lower tier planes in this match, which is quite surprising, as I was running a lineup with a 3.0 battle rating. Come on. But a lot of pilots apparently take their one better plane into their lineup and then have to fly their lesser planes. That was unfortunate, getting shot down there while the tickets of the enemy almost run out. 16 kills, 1 assist. Hey guys, so here we are after the match. That was thoroughly enjoyable. I always like to fly out these kind of planes where you can just throw the plane around, lure people in and have some fun. And that is definitely what you can do in this plane. Fantastic little turn fighter. As you saw in both modes, it is brilliant, and the rewards in the plane are also very nice. It can really net you up with a lot of Silver Lions and research points. And I definitely recommend you to buy this plane and to research part of the tree with it if you're thinking about going for unlocking this massive tree. It is really one of the biggest trees there is, and you can definitely use a good grinder. Of course, the Starling Bolt is also a good plane to take it further, but you can definitely use this I-16 to take you up to halfway to rank maybe the end of rank 3 even. That is actually the only reason you should have to buy this plane for, because in the regular tree you have the I-16 Type 27, and that is basically an identical plane. These two are really sister planes, and yeah, if you unlock this in the regular tree, you really have no need to buy this one, except for if you want to grind the tree. So it's definitely good for that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button, become part of this community. If you are already a subscriber, don't forget to like the video, do leave me a comment, and if you really feel like helping out today, make sure to share the video with your friends and let them know about the channel.